The number 13 joke, Friday the 13th jokes. Tupac Shakur died on Friday 13th in September of 1996. According to Smithsonian Magazine, fear of the number 13 costs American $1 billion per year in absenteeism, train and plane cancellations, and reduced commerce on the 13th of the month. Fear of Friday the 13th dates back to Nordic mythology. Many of their 13th gods met with violent deaths, such as Loki, the trickster. Ancient Romans regarded the number 13 as a symbol of death, destruction, and misfortune. Taylor Swift was born on December 13th, her lucky number's 13, she turned 13 on a Friday the 13th, and she turns 24 on Friday December 13th. 2013. There were 13 original colonies. Every month starting on a Sunday, will have a Friday the 13th in it. A witch's coven consists of 13 members. Friday the 13th happens 3 times in 2012. They are each 13 weeks apart from each other. This hasn't happened since 1984. Tarot card number 13 is the Death card, depicting the Grim Reaper. Although it is read as transition or change and not literal death. Hotels rarely have a room number 13. Usually it is called 128 or 14. Same with floors of buildings and the elevators without a number 13 button. Highways sometimes will skip exit 13 altogether also. There are 13 steps leading to the gallows. The Olsen twins, Mary-Kate and Ashley, were born on Friday the 13th. June 13th, 1986. 13 knots in a hangman's noose. Jason gets killed at the end of every Friday 13th movie. If you watch Friday the 13th backwards, Jason revives dead people with a magic machete. Lizzie Borden uttered a total of 13 words at her trial. 13 feet which the guillotine blade falls. In numerology, the number 12 is considered the number of completeness, reflected in the 12 months of the year, 12 hours of the clock, 12 gods of Olympus, 12 tribes of Israel, 12 apostles of Jesus, and 12 signs of the zodiac, while the number 13 is considered irregular, transgressing this completeness. The driver of Princess Diana hit pillar number 13 at Place d'Alma when she was killed in Paris, France. 13 people, Christ and his 12 disciples, were in attendance at the Last Supper. This is where the Christian belief ties in, making Friday a believed unlucky day, as the crucifixion occurred on a Friday. Beware naming your children with 13 letters in their name, they may be cursed. For example, Jack the Ripper, Charles Manson. Certain ocean liners will be held in dock until after midnight to appease passengers' fears on Friday the 13th. British study concluded that even though there were less cars on the road on Friday the 13th, as compared with other Fridays, more accidents were reported. In Spanish-speaking countries, instead of Friday, Tuesday the 13th, Martestrake, is considered a day of bad luck. Because of increased disappearance reports, the Empire State Building closes 4 hours early on Friday the 13th. E pluribus unum has 13 letters. The U.S. seal has 13 stars, bars, feathers in the eagle's tail, 13 billion Argentine pesos in one claw, 13 olive branches in the other. On the USA dollar bill, there are 13 steps on the pyramid, 13 billion Argentine pesos on the shield, and 13 leaves on the olive branch. A quatrisium is a professional 14th guest hired by the French who had only 13 guests in attendance for dinner, who felt that was unlucky. A baker's dozen consists of 13 for a reason. So the story goes, a witch near Albany, New York demanded 13 items every time she came into a particular bakery, and one day the old baker could not afford her extra biscuit. She sneered some strange words at the man, and he suffered terrible luck from then on, until he brought her another 13 rolls. After that life was Once again easy for the baker and word spread around town. The custom is still sometimes practiced today. Apollo 13, 1970, the 13th mission launched from pad number 39, 13X3. Mission was aborted, after an explosion occurred in the fuel cell of their service module. The rocket had left launching pad at 13:13 CST and the date was April 13.